Welcome back to Limestone Records and Production. I want to talk about to give, I should have finished out what I was saying, but I didn't. To give people a better concept, 'cause, people can always opinion, and you tell somebody you believe you Caesar and you believe you was Adam, and nowadays I'm like, this nigga here needs to go back to the hospital, you know what I mean? But even sometimes I go to believing in what they believe in. You know what I'm saying? Because it's my zodiac sign is Libra. You know what I mean? So Libra is a scale. You know what I'm saying? Which I don't believe what the zodiac signs were taught by the fallen angels. You know what I mean? So a lot of people shouldn't follow these things, but it also has his common points. You know what I mean? And it doesn't mean that it wasn't certain things, ain't certain truth about it, but it's just the way that what I'm saying, how life has been for me. You know what I mean? That sign that I stand for, fits me out perfect. Cause I'm always weighing things out. Should this, that, you know what I'm saying? Should I do this? Should I do that? What's more beneficial for me? But like I've been through all the mental hospitals. I've been through every fucking hospital that there could be in the state of Louisiana and the state of Florida. But the reason why I could believe that I say that I could believe I was Julius Caesar, and I came to the concept of believing that I'm at number one. I talked to God. I believe I know I talk to God. Now, the people believe me, that's a different thing. You know what I mean? If I tell it to the doctors, what they're going to tell you hear voices, and they want to give you all kinds of medication. But when you take them to the Christians over there, when you take them to church, they don't say nothing about the Christians. Say, I got a revelation from God, you know what I'm saying? And it's cool with that. They're not mentally fucked up, you know what I'm saying? But when a motherfucker like me comes around and telling them what the concept of government and everything, since they all have been curious about what I've done, you know what I'm saying, and what's the next thing that God reveals to me since this first started. In Miami, they used to type everything that I used to say, especially when I was in the phase, when I was in my highest points, was what I call it the highest peak, the 77, you know what I'm saying, because 77 splits in two ways, you know what I'm saying. I'm in my lowest point, I'm 77 down, you know what I'm saying, I'm regular, I'm legit. When I'm 77 up, you know what I'm saying? I'm in my highest point. I'm glorified by the Spirit. You know what I'm saying? I'm high. You know what I'm saying? It's like I see, I hear. You know what I'm saying? The whole different level. And that's only when I start talking to God and I get into the. You know what I'm saying? I start doing the rituals and everything that He tells me. You know what I'm saying? And it just elevates me. The part ain't seeing or hearing. I mean, the part ain't hearing. The part is seeing. When you start seeing, it's like, okay, they built you up more. You know what I mean? You're like, okay, now I'm seeing this shit. You know what I mean? This is a whole different other level. You type shit. So, that's what always got me, the seeing part, not the hearing part, the seeing part. I've seen, I remember, like He put it in my sight to remember, and seeing and believing. How many times people seen Moses split the sea and nothing, and they still question, you know what I'm saying? So God understands my questions, even though He showed me, you know what I'm saying? I still today, you know what I'm saying? I don't try to question Him too much. I believe, you know what I'm saying? I try to stick to the faith, but you know what I mean? I still got questions, man, why you put me through this? Why I'm jammed up through this? You know what I'm saying? On my last shit, I got jammed up following this pattern, you know what I'm saying? I got fucked, you know what I mean? I obeyed, you know what I mean? I got possessing and He told me to react and I did it, without hesitation. I'm in that spiritual zone where it's a different level, you know what I'm saying? And, it's like you mummatized, you know what I mean? But, through time, this ain't, I just didn't learn off rip that I was Caesar. You know what I'm saying? It took me, when I first started this, it was 1 year, I don't remember the exact month, but I know it was 2004, before Katrina hit. You know what I'm saying? After I left New Orleans, the big catastrophe of Katrina hit in 2005. But it happened in 2004. So this happened around 2004 when I had that encounter with that angel. You know what I'm saying? That I was walking in the middle of the street because my cousin's dogs and shit. My cousin's dog looked like a fucking demon, and I was like, "Fuck this! I gotta get the fuck out of here. That nigga's gonna attack me." So I started jump the fence, and I was walking in the middle of the street with my shirt off, and they had a cloud. The cloud was like into a tunnel going into the sun. So I said, "Shit, I'm walking in straight into the sun." In my mind, I'm thinking, okay, I'm finna elevate, walk all the way into the sun, you know what I'm saying? And always the sun was where God spoke to me and gave me his answers and showed me shit, you know what I'm saying? So I always directed myself, police and everybody know, you know what I'm saying? Because they watch videos and everything, and they knew that I was directing. That's what curiosity, because I learned with time about the sun gods and everything that these individuals believe in, and all the way to Rome and all that. And I was doing this, following the sun patterns before I even knew anything about suns or the sun gods and none of that worshiping that they did in that. So, and they got that all in record. So they're like, okay, this is curious. You know what I'm saying? Everything when he addresses himself towards the sun. You know what I'm saying? But that's how me and God was communicating at the beginning. You know what I'm saying? If not, I look into the light. You know what I'm saying? And then he'll throw me red and green. You know what I'm saying? I knew green was negative, greed, evil. Red was pure blood and forgiveness. You know what I'm saying? That's how he taught me. So I knew when something was wrong, when I had a question, he gave me red or he gave me green. You know what I'm saying? So I learned, you know what I'm saying? I learned with time, you know what I'm saying? But this all took a process, you know what I'm saying? It took me walking in the middle of the street naked, going doing rituals. Man, in the beginning when it first started, that shit, I get around an evil person and I could feel their weakness. And it was like they put that in the mental hospital. When I go to the mental hospital, they inject me with that sleep and shit. And I try to fight it for a little while, but that shit eventually knocks you out. Exactly like that injection that first they was giving me, the Haldol. But before, you know what I'm saying? That's how, when it first started, I would feel the negative energy off the evil people and it would knock me down. You know what I'm saying? And put me like knocking me down to sleep. You know what I'm saying? When I get around a good person, I didn't feel nothing. You know, I didn't feel no energy coming, off of him. You know what I'm saying? So I knew how to direct which one was evil and which one was at the beginning. But with time, I started leveling up and that phase started fading away. You know what I'm saying? But till I came to New Orleans, I left from New Orleans. I went back to Miami. When I went to Miami, I stayed in Miami for a couple years. Then I ended up back in New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? So it took me like fucking North Oak, like in 2008, 2009. You know what I'm saying? This happened in 2004. You know what I'm saying? I realized what he meant by, you know what I'm saying, go back, what the angel was talking about, go back. I started putting clues like a detective, getting all the clues, everything that I learned and everything that I seen and everything that he was telling me. I started putting everything together. Then on top of that, I started going into learning about the gods, the Greek gods, the Egypt gods, all these different gods. Learned about the mystery Babylons. I started learning, when I learned, seeing that Rome had the same thing in real curiosity. I started learning everything about the Roman legions, how Rome built the society, how Rome ruled. You know what I'm saying? And it caught my attention. Rome caught my attention. But you know what I'm saying? Like the spirit in me made me focus on Rome and everything that Rome was doing. You know what I'm saying? How Rome was in the time of the crucifixion of Jesus Christ and all that. You know what I'm saying? I learned about the Rome. It's like caught a passion, like something that was built inside of me, the spirit that, you know what I'm saying, built me. Like if I know about Rome. You know what I'm saying? I was a part of Rome. I was a big part of Rome. You know what I'm saying? So when I started learning about Rome, boom, boom, boom. But I still at the beginning, I didn't catch nothing. I didn't really, you know what I'm saying, get into concept. You know what I'm saying, the thing of Julius Caesar. Even though I was learning about Rome and still learning about Caesar and learning about Constantine, learning about Pontius Pilate, Augusto, all the Roman motherfucking the emperors and all that shit that was in Rome. I started learning about all of them, you know what I'm saying? So, but Rome caught a big focus in my head, you know what I'm saying? Rome struck with me, you know what I'm saying? How to, learn about the Greek god Zeus and Egypt, but Rome was a bit like God inflicted, wanted me to focus on Rome, you know what I'm saying? Stick on, so I learned, So one day I ended up back in the hospital, North Oak, right here in Covington, and I forgot the name, Hillsboro there. And I was in my phase, but when I'm in them phases, you know what I'm saying? I'm seeing people demons, and then, I'm not trusting nothing, Bitches start coming out, the real evilness starts showing to me, you know what I'm saying? So the doctor tells me, get in your room, get in your room. You know what I'm saying? So I go in my, you know what I'm saying, in my room, I look at him, you know what I'm saying, but I turn back around, I go back in the room, you know what I'm saying, because it was bedtime, so I go back into the mirror, and I'm talking to God, right? And he tells me, stare into the mirror and pay attention, focus, you know what I'm saying, flip the temple like I showed you down. So every time that I would talk, I would cross my hands and flip the temple. You know what I'm saying? I put, the Illuminati sign, how they put it like that. Well, I will flip the temple going down, and I stare into the mirror. The first thing I realized was I started passing generals, but I started passing demon generals. I passed 6 demon generals. You know what I'm saying? From ancient, how I knew they was ancient because of the uniforms, all the way to modern police demons, you know what I'm saying, that wear the bulletproof vest, you know what I'm saying? So when I passed the 6 demons, you know what I'm saying, I knew there was demons because they looked skeletal, evil, you know what I'm saying, evil demons, you know what I'm saying? It was like me, but and evil demons, all the way from time frames. So once I passed the sixth demon, I started changing into general suit, and I first changed into the cloth like a congress from Rome, you know what I'm saying? They wear that cloth, and then I changed to another general, you know what I'm saying, which was the uniform with the Roman cape, you know what I'm saying, like I was a king, I was a big show at that time. So then, you know what I'm saying, it didn't hit me, you know what I'm saying, at the time, you know what I'm saying, I didn't catch nothing, it didn't hit because I was in the phase. But when I shake down, after the spirit falls down and I get back to my lowest, to my normal being, and I shake back from the phase, you know what I'm saying, it hit me, you know what I'm saying. I was like, oh, okay, now I learned about Rome, you know what I'm saying, I was like, oh, and then the inside of me said, what character fits you best? You know what I'm saying? I would be like, well, I would be a Caesar. You know what I'm saying? I could see myself as being a Caesar. You know what I'm saying? And God told me that's right. You know what I'm saying? A Caesar he was. You know what I mean? So I'm like, okay, now I understand why God, because you see, the angels don't wear the Roman crowns, but that day he inflicted that angel to come with a Roman crown for a purpose. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, now I understand why the angel was like a congressman that had the Roman fucking, the little, how the Romans put the little leaf shits on their head, them Roman crowns. You know what I'm saying? He had the same shit. And, an angel, no angels is described to having, if people know angels to have wings and all that shit. He didn't have no wings. Number one, angels don't have wings. You know what I'm saying? And, he had the Roman crown, you know what I'm saying? The robe, okay, it's a white robe. But why God made him come with a Roman crown? You know what I'm saying? That was what I was like, now I understand, you know what I'm saying? So then I started saying, okay, now I understand. I started doing more history and research on Caesar. I learned about Caesar, you know what I'm saying? How he tried to become an emperor, and he wasn't the first emperor. The one that succeeded him was the first, but he was trying to become an emperor until the Congress turned around and backstabbed his ass. So once I got the Caesar part down packed, you know what I'm saying, I thought I learned the Caesar part. He tells me, I want you to go a little further deeper past Caesar. And you know what I'm saying? Go a little further past Caesar. You know what I'm saying? I want you to start from the beginning. You know what I mean? And I was like, what you mean, Lord? What you talking about, the beginning? He was like, yeah, the beginning, when we first started. So I was like, what you mean, when we first started? You know what I mean? He was like, yeah, could you believe you could have been Adam? I was like, shit, I don't know. If you tell me shit, I'm Adam then. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I can't remember that. He was like, I want you to search, you know what I'm saying? And learn. Keep studying. You know what I'm saying? Keep searching. I want you to speak to me. You know what I'm saying? I want you to place tribute to me. I want you to give me one knee up and one knee down. And it's so fucking funny. When Callie Captain did that one knee up, one knee down, I was like, damn, these motherfuckers must be watching my show, because I was doing the 3-in-1 show back then. But God showed me to do one knee up and one knee down. What I mean with one knee up and one knee down, it means if it's time to worship God, I'm going to bend both of my knees down. If it's time to fucking serve God and fight for God, then I'm going to stand up, you know what I'm saying, to fight for God. So having one knee down means I'm ready to worship, or I'm ready to stand and fight for you. What is needed, you make the command. So that's why I came out with one knee up and one knee down. You know what I'm saying? And then now the fucking NFL making a big show about this shit. You know what I'm saying? I had that, they got it on record, because I know these motherfuckers watching everything. You know what I'm saying? When I said it a long time ago, way before that nigga came up and fucking started doing that shit on the NFL. So then after that, I learned about Noah and the 3 bulls. You know what I'm saying? The 3 bulls caught my interest real quick. You know what I'm saying? I got a song that goes, oye, no pongas más manos en mesa de toro, que este león está hecho de oro. You know what I'm saying? It means, hey, don't put your hands on bulls' tables, because this lion's made of gold. You know, and why I get the concept of a lion? Because when I first started doing this, you know what I'm saying, I seen a lion. You know what I'm saying? God put me the lion like the Wizard of Oz. You know what I'm saying? He showed me a lion of the Wizard of Oz. So automatically at the beginning, you can ask my cousin Chris, I used to growl at people, you know, at the demons. When I would see people looking like demons, I'll get in their face and start growling like I was about to attack them. I had a pair of white boys right there in fucking, right there where they used to call Big Mike, right down in Metairies and shit. Me and my cousin went out there one night, and we was in the club, and I seen 2 white boys, and they were looking, their eyes were all black, and there was demon, there was negative energy, you know what I'm saying? And I got in their face, and I started growling at them like a lion. I started doing that shit too, and the white boy was like, told my cousin, dude, what's wrong with him? You know. You know what I mean? He was telling them, dude, what's wrong with them? I was about to attack them. You know what I mean? They look like demons. You know what I mean? And I was growling at them like a lion. You know, I was roaring at them. You know what I'm saying? Like a lion. And my cousin was like, no, don't pay no mind. He's not right in the head. You know what I'm saying? He told me, come on, Google, let's go. You know what I'm saying? I followed my cousin Chris because, you know, he was the closest person to me. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't see negative in him. You know what I'm saying? But I always go behind them and crucify them. You know what I mean? But that's where I got this over time. You know what I'm saying? I was like, okay, I'm a lion. But then I started, as I learned, I started putting research. Once I learned from Caesar, I was like, okay, a lion represents a king. You know what I'm saying? But we all know Nimrod was the first person to wear a crown, but Nimrod wasn't the first king. The first king was Adam. You know what I'm saying? Because Adam was given possession over the whole world. Everything that ruled, animals, everything, God placed it in Adam's hand. You know, so that gave me the common sense of understanding the lion part. I was like, okay, well, maybe, you know what I'm saying? That's why God showed me the lion, because a lion usually runs a kingdom. You know what I'm saying? And being Adam, being the first, you know what I'm saying, God giving him the world, it makes him king of the world. You know what I'm saying? Adam was the first person God gave authority over the world. Everything that was in, God gave him authority over the world. All animals, everything was in sea, he gave him authority over the world, which means he was the first king. You know what I'm saying? And as we know, you know what I'm saying, lions happen to represent kingdomship. You know what I'm saying? Throughout history, throughout time, you know what I'm saying, the lion represents kingdomship. So another feature that I recognize about a lion, I've been a player all my life. You know what I'm saying? I've had broke down, I pulled the baddest bitches on bicycles. I used to go pull some bad hoes, you know what I'm saying? Get them to buy me shit, you know what I'm saying? That's the type of motherfucker I was, you know what I'm saying? Back in the girls used to, I've never had a problem with women, you know what I'm saying? I never had a problem with them. They've been the sport of my life, you know what I'm saying? So, since real young. So that's another feature that I looked at as towards the lion. I was like, well, the lion's, he got a pack of women, you know what I'm saying? He got a whole bunch of female lions that hunt for him, he's a pimp, well, not actually, yeah, a ruler pimp, you know what I'm saying? He rules over the women. So I looked at that as another feature. I look at today, I don't mean to be conceited, but at the same time, I'm kind of pretty much convinced, you know what I'm saying? Because, the truth is the truth, you know what I'm saying? If I was an ugly motherfucker, I'll tell you, you know what I'm saying? But I can't put myself in the ugly slot, you know what I'm saying? I'm probably not the best looking nigga, you know what I'm saying, out there, but I ain't the ugliest nigga. I'm within the good looking slots, you know what I'm saying? You place me in the good looking people slot, you know what I mean? So, I'm happy for the way God created me. You know what I'm saying? I've been struggling my whole life. I'm poor, but I'm always being grateful to God for the way He created me. Cause I look at some motherfucker and I'm like, damn, I thank you, you know what I mean? You was blessful to me, you know what I'm saying? I look at myself in the mirror and shit, you know what I'm saying? People are like, why you always looking at yourself, you know what I mean? Cause I love the way God made me, you know what I mean? I want a couple little extra details, but I'm satisfied, you know what I'm saying? The way I am. You know what I'm saying? I'm grateful. I don't want to trade my looks for nobody else. I like the way He made me. Some people ain't satisfied with the way God made them. A lot of women go and put plastic surgery, put plastic acid down. Fuck all that. You know what I'm saying? Be the original. You know what I'm saying? The way you is. You know, you ain't worried about be the way God created you. You're beautiful in that form. And some people are actually really fucking ugly, you know what I'm saying? They gotta accept that, you know what I'm saying? He's beautiful in other ways that ain't, you know what I'm saying, good looking ways. But, he's blessed me, you know what I'm saying, on that aspect. So I also recognize that also fits the line, you know what I'm saying? So little by little, I started learning about the line, you know what I'm saying? I learned about the numbers, then I started learning about numbers. You know what I mean? I learned about the numbers. Then I started learning about Noah, learning about the bulls. You know what I'm saying? Then he started showing me the concept of love and love and lust. You know what I mean? When you put lust, it gives you bull horns. You know what I'm saying? That's the concept of good and evil. You know what I'm saying? You know how to love and you know how to be evil. You know what I'm saying? The lust, everything started from lust. You know what I'm saying? Love brings greed, brings rulership, brings hate, brings everything else. Love is pure, love is unsinful, love is grateful, love is eternal. You know what I'm saying? So, with time, you know what I'm saying, it took this, I'm telling you, 2004 to right now, we're about to be in 2019. You do the math, you know what I'm saying? I can't remember which month, but it's been about 15 to 16 years, you know what I'm saying, of studying and talking to God, you know what I'm saying? And like, I didn't start out wanting to be a rapper, God told me He's going to make me a star, you know what I'm saying? But He told me this a long time ago. Well, I was still in Miami and I first met DMX. That's when that's when I started my first show, and I started thinking, all right, well, maybe he means I need to be a celebrity. I need to be you know what I'm saying? I need to be a rapper or something. Because at the beginning, I used to talk to my homeboys and shit, man, fuck all that rapping shit, man. Let's get this money, you know what I mean? Fuck all that shit. That shit for the bird. But then when I seen DMX, you know what I'm saying, in the concert, because I would go in and out in the concert, you know what I'm saying? I was like, well, it was like a flashlight. Look, this is what you got to do. But I've been making videos and it ain't been, I ain't going too far. And then when I felt like I was going too far and going somewhere, I felt like motherfucking the government or somebody, these motherfuckers don't really want me to be on the spotlight, you know what I'm saying? Because they know I'm not going to go up there to be a rapper, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to go up there to be nobody's little boy, you know what I'm saying? A little nigga like they want They use most of their little puppets and shit, you know what I'm saying? They know when I get on there, it's gonna be fucking action on action, you know what I'm saying? And let the world tie their seats to this, you know what I'm saying? And they believe, and if they believe, because what I have said, if they believe, well, if this nigga gets blessed and he's classified and people start believing and people start following him, then it becomes a problem that we have to eliminate. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they killed John F. Kennedy, they killed, you think they ain't gonna kill me? You know what I'm saying? But I don't give a fuck, you know what I'm saying? That's the whole, I look at that as glory, because I start looking at the Roman times and the gladiator times, you know what I'm saying? You know, my grandfather shot himself, you know what I'm saying? When this shit first started, I flew the truck into the fucking ditch trying to take myself. So they're like, this nigga here, he looks at death as glory, you know. That's his whole strategy, you know. His whole strategy is to get glorified and get left as a monarchy, you know what I mean? People to remember the story that he did, you know what I mean? But I feel it's a completion, you know what I mean? If that's my destiny, you know what I'm saying? Tomorrow these motherfuckers decide to take me down, then fuck it. You know what I'm saying? How much they going shit. Like I said, God showed me I've been here 7,777. This is my last rodeo. The next time they see me, they're gonna see me come back with the King of Kings. You know what I'm saying? They better be ready for the ones that made that call. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. You know what I mean? But this is what the concept that it is. And God says no more torture for you. You know, not torture you 7,777 times. You know what I'm saying? You have served me. He punished me. You know what I'm saying? And I can understand. It makes so much fucking perfect sense. You know what I'm saying? But I do not inflict people to believe that they've been reincarnated. This is a me thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about the rest of the people. This is what it came to me. This is where I come to understand. And you study scripture. You study what God wants you to command, and you follow the way God commands. I do not tell people, hey, look, y'all, everybody here, we've been reincarnated. Follow the reincarnation. No. Do not say that. I say this is what God is, I think, showing to me. This is a me thing. I'm like Superman. I don't carry sidekicks. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing that I seen the temple flipped upside down with the Superman sign. So with time I learned, you know what I'm saying? Okay, this is what Superman means. I don't carry sidekicks, which means God will want me to get people to believe into what you know what I'm saying? Get people to believe in the same thing that I'm believing. Oh, well, if God telling them he's reincarnated, well, maybe we reincarnated. We could do whatever we want to do and we're going to get reincarnated. No. That ain't mean that. You might die and God put you straight into hell, you know what I'm saying? You ain't going nowhere but straight to hell, you know what I'm saying? So get the story clear. I do not tell you to follow what my belief. I'm telling you what God's telling to me, what I believe in, and what telling to me in my case. You know what I'm saying? This is my case. This is what I've come down to conclude through evidence, through what I have seen, and through belief terms. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't mean that this same what's happening to me, God is using you for the same thing or done the same thing with you. You know what I'm saying? That don't mean that. You might die, you might not go nowhere, but straight to hell or straight to wherever. You know what I mean? I'm talking about this is what's going on with me, what he's showing me. You know what I'm saying? And I have the evidence of the angels, the evidence of what I've seen, the evidence of what we talked through. You know what I'm saying? So, and still with that, I still questioning, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to be wrong. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be wrong. Nobody better want to be wrong. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, these rappers think this shit is a game. These celebrities, these pop stars, these R&Bs, these country singers, these rockers, it ain't just a rap. It's all they fucking ass. You thinking you out there fucking in the Grammy. I'm dying to stand in front of all their fucking faces and telling you motherfuckers thanking God for the bullshit you promoted and influencing the world. You motherfuckers belong more in hell than you belong in heaven. You know what I'm saying? Question yourself. Do you think God is going to glorify a motherfucker that's talking about rapping and killing and selling drugs and pussy popping and my pussy's fat and this and that? and corrupting the world to believe into that. You know what I'm saying? To follow that, because 99% of the girls, the women today, independent one, want big ballers. I mean, everybody wants to be a baller and wants to shake her ass. Look at all the bitches. I'm a bad bitch. I'm a sexy bitch. You know what I'm saying? The pictures of themselves, lovers of themselves, exactly what the Bible tells you. You know what I'm saying? All these country singers, these pop singers, all these motherfuckers, Ariana Grande, all them, Miley Cyrus, and all these motherfuckers that are on there, Taylor Swift, all of them. You know what I'm saying? So you think they're gonna get a pass for the shit that they're doing? They're gonna honestly, you think you're gonna go into who? Which one? That's why I'm dying standing in front of them. I said, which one of you bitches? You know what I'm saying? Believe you're gonna go into heaven and perform a concert, pussy popping, huh? Who could raise your hand right here in this musical war right now? Believe you're gonna go in there and sing in heaven talking about your pussy fat? You know what I'm saying? Ain't my ass fat? You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm juicy, juicy. The last girl, that new song that, well, I'm juicy, juicy. If you can see it from the front, then you can see it from the back. You think you're going to heaven talking about that? You know what I'm saying? I want to ask you that. Do you honestly believe God, you going to go into heaven talking about that? God's going to get you to perform that out there up in heaven? Come on, bitch. You know you ain't going to perform that nowhere but in the lake of fire. When you like, you're going to be twerking, but your ass going to be shaking, but from all the fucking fire trying to fucking get your ass from around. You know what I'm saying? Running around that bitch forever. You know what I'm saying? That's the only shit you're going to be twerking. You know what I'm saying? It's real shit, because you got to put them in the place. Or you believe in these rappers? You're going to be iced out talking about, I'm iced out. I'm balling out of control. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm making these stacks and this and that in heaven. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. You know you doing devil shit. You know, so how the fuck you gonna sit here in a motherfucking Grammy Award and give thanks to God? Nah, nigga, give thanks to the one who giving it to you. The devil. You know what I'm saying? Give thanks to the devil and let the people, if you're a real motherfucker, you gonna say it. The devil's blessing me. You know what I'm saying? Because the shit that I'm singing is nothing but bullshit and polluting and influencing my people to the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And that's real shit. Then I'll be like, yeah, you're a real motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Talking about that real shit now. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of them fake motherfuckers, they're worried about the check, worried about the things, and God, come on, homie. Let's be real. You know what I'm saying? You from the street, I'm from the street. What? You know what I'm saying? What you talking about? Before you get put into your black project, you got to get it from us. You know what I'm saying? What you talking about? You know what I'm saying? What dope dealing? What you talking about? You know what I'm saying? So, I've been there, done that. You know what I'm talking about? Let's talk real. Let's talk about what God wants us to do. You know what I'm saying? First, kill all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because none of you rappers are going to heaven. You know what I'm saying? That's the fact. Unless you change your motherfucking ways, drop your career. You know what I'm saying? What did that king? I could use a prime example. What did the king, that rich motherfucker, tell God? Jesus, how can I follow you and enter the kingdom? They told him, go grab all your stuff and sell it and come and follow me. You know what he did? He had so much money. He wasn't running that. He left in shame. You know what I'm saying? Because he wasn't willing to let go of the rich life. How many of them rappers I could step in that mic tomorrow and the Grammy Awards and say, how much you motherfuckers are gonna drop your careers and go into church and say, fuck, I'm stopping this shit because I'm destroying the world with this music. Huh? They ain't gonna give a fuck. They gonna hustle their ass up, talk about the rich game and all this shit. I'm getting this money. They ain't give a fuck. They going up. They going to hell with head first. And they thinking it's a game until they there. You know what I'm saying? Then they gonna be like, oh God. Nah. None of that bitch talk now. Wear it, nigga, and wear it forever. Because you crying about 5, 10 years or 20 to life in the prison system. And that's just in jail. You know what I'm saying? You ain't been tormented or in the fire and none of that shit. But the pressure of being in jail is a motherfucker telling me that I did 5 years. Then I did another 2 years in Tallulah. Ain't nobody gonna tell me I lost like 8 years of my life already about that shit. So you ain't telling me nothing. You know what I'm saying? Imagine that. And hell, eternity. Huh? Eternity is a serious number. You know what I'm saying? Life ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? Eternity is the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Forever, there ain't no probation, ain't no future or parole or nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, alright, you know what I'm saying? This shit here, you gotta really think it out. So when I got this, I'm like, all right, I know God ain't. I'm gonna use this rap shit to get on, but this ain't what he wants me to be. You know what I'm saying? This ain't nothing about being a fucking rapper. You know what I'm saying? I know that shit's wrong. You know what I'm saying? He showed it to me. The Devil's Tour was music. He was an arc of music. You know what I'm saying? And he uses it. It ain't just rap. It's country, rap, pop, all that shit. I mean, people deal with emotions, going to alcoholics and cry over these sad songs and all that. If you ain't rap, if you ain't singing for God, you definitely going to hell about your fucking garbage ass music. And you far from a star. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck how many platinum hits you had. That shit's gonna all melt in the lake of fire, and people ain't never gonna remember that bullshit again. That song again. You know what I'm saying? And that's real. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, man, you think I'm doing this to be a rapper? Alright. You know what I'm saying? Alright. Be a rapper. I mean, I ain't that stupid. You know what I'm saying? I ain't that stupid, but I need that. I need that spotlight. I need that stage. I need to, when the motherfucker got to say what the fuck I gotta say, and I gotta do what I gotta fucking do. I'm gonna give them my 12 albums, and I'm gonna give them my make my movies, and do what needs to be done. You know what I'm saying? Get my motherfucking money, build my church, do what I have to do, and put the fucking government in place. You know what I'm saying? And put the fucking Pope in the motherfucker. Doing it until they've decided enough for this motherfucker. Let's take him out. You know what I'm saying? And that's how this shit goes. You know what I mean? It's all about that. It's all about that. That's my end game. You know what I'm saying? That's my end game. And like, this is a rare type of species. How do we handle this motherfucker? You know what I mean? Trust me. They don't want me to blow. They let these fucking fools, you know what I'm saying? They use them as instruments, you know what I'm saying? They're doing perfect, you know what I mean? But to put a motherfucker like me on stage, you know what I'm saying? That I roll my mind and I know how to move the people because I'm blessed by, I'm the anointed one by God, you know what I'm saying? I know how to put the Muslims in place. I know how to put the Christians in place. I know how to put the Jews in place. The three main major religions, you know what I'm saying? That are marked with the sixes. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot to say. You know what I mean? But it ain't doing enough just saying it through YouTube because I ain't getting the reaction. And if I am getting the reaction, they ain't letting it go far. You know what I'm saying? So that ain't working. I got to strategize, you know what I'm saying? Then, yeah, I get long hair. I made my promise to God that shit was bringing me a curse. And, you know what I'm saying? I started picking up work in my painting business. And, you know what I'm saying? I'm moving forward, you know what I'm saying? Because I know how to get it from both sides of the street. I ain't always, when I couldn't hustle and the hustle wasn't doing good, I'll take it to give me a 9 to 5, you know what I'm saying? And bust my ass and learn something, you know what I'm saying? Or not, I go and cut hair, you know what I'm saying? I use the skills that God blessed me with. You know what I'm saying? But I've been an artist since a young kid. I used to draw good. You know what I'm saying? Now all my career is painting, this art. Cutting hair is art. Music is art. You know what I'm saying? I draw is art. I could even do tattoos. You know what I'm saying? So I'm an artist. You know what I'm saying? I got ideas. I got movies. I got all kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? But my main goal is main focus on what I need to try to fuck with my structure, my legion. Now the government blesses me with my legion of army. I want 606. I want 12 legions with 666 troops in each one of the legions. You know what I'm saying? Under my command. That's my main goal. You know what I'm saying? And I say it like that, 666, because this is the end times and this is the holy, holy, holy. And Trump is going to build that fucking temple and they're going to stand for that fucking temple. And I'm going to spit on that bitch when it's built to the fucking, when they finish structuring that shit. And it better be up before 2024. You know what I'm saying? That's why I could spit and piss on it. You know what I'm saying? And anybody that's smart enough is going to do the same damn thing. You know what I mean? Spit and piss on that bitch. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it goes. So, that's how it is. Even the animals know. You know what I'm saying? They give me. I'm telling you, when this shit gets spiritual, these niggas go to talking to spirit. But that's when they tell you, yeah, and I can feel it. You know what I'm saying? So shit's crazy. Shit's crazy, but it's real. You know what I'm saying? The devil is lie. You know what I'm saying? That nigga will show his face. You know what I'm saying? But when you blessed by God, he can only go but so far. You know how many times he showed his face to me in the mirror, try to bitch me up. You know what I'm saying? But he know, nigga, this ain't nobody been tormented more than Adam. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody knows about hell and knows about torment more than Adam. You know what I'm saying? You know, so ain't no shit. Eve 6 V 6 3 letters. 4 letters into Adam, 4 sevens. You know what I'm saying? Because what Eve did it, she did it for lust. Adam did it for love. You know what I'm saying? For love, being in love with a woman. That's why God followed the blood of Adam. You know what I'm saying? Eve is what created the curse of Cain and brought that destruction. You know what I'm saying? Because everything that she did, she did what the woman did. You know what I'm saying? She did it in the form. The woman is to serve the man, and the man is to serve God. And that's how God intended it. That's why we don't have no women prophets through none of the scriptures. But today we got women out there preaching. They don't give a fuck. You believe these fucking bitches going to motherfucking, these civil rights bitches are going into fucking heaven? These bitches better find their place, I tell you. You know what I'm saying? Because this shit coming down, and this shit coming down like a motherfucker. And Pope the Pope Francis is going to kiss the palm of my hand and the bottom of my motherfucking foot. And he going to get the fuck out of my fucking face and know what the fuck time it is. You know what I'm saying? And know what the fuck time it is. You know what I mean? You can make the call after that. You know what I mean? However you want to pull it. You know what I mean? But believe me, I'm coming back. I'm coming back, motherfucker. And you're going to see it, nigga. I'm coming back with the King of Kings, and I'm coming up. Because it's going to be the final battle, nigga, in the temples. You know what I'm saying? 2 temples, legions and temples. With the head, with me at the tip of the temple for the final battle, bitch. You know what I'm saying? I want that glory, and God's going to give it to me. You know what I mean? Because I served them the hardest. You know what I'm saying? Put it in a vision and serve them the hardest. If I want to do my videos, want to get with the right person, when I can show them what God has showed me. You know what I'm saying? What God has showed me. So this is what I'm focused on. You know what I'm saying? I focus on this shit. You know, I'm working. I'm figuring out how to scramble here, and watch this. Now I got this case, and this put me in a different situation, a different place. You know what I'm saying? But I gotta serve God. You know what I'm saying? I gotta do what needs to be done. You know what I'm saying? I gotta. They want to put a case on me. They want to lay them wooden hammers on me. You know what I'm saying? But then they want to claim in God we trust and want to put all this shit. But if I tell you God told me to do it, then how you gonna judge that? You gonna say your judgment is better than God? You know what I'm saying? So fuck the court. You know what I'm saying? Go. They're about to get their own motherfucking. They're about to get the hammer of iron on their asses. You know what I'm saying? Thinking they running shit around this bitch. You know what I'm saying? Keep playing. Keep playing. I'm watching all that. It's Trump and everybody. That's at the beginning I wasn't concerned on that. You shut that bitch and Nancy boy, Pahomie, whatever. Trying to Trump stays where the fuck he's at. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. Whoever I got, look, I don't give a fuck what I know T.I. and everybody ever they're in that concept and that mindset of that racist battle. Look, bro, let me tell you something like this. I'm gonna tell you from the street hood. You know, then I'm gonna tell you from something that knows a little bit more than you do. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you like this. Look, everybody, when you're born and you recognize he's black, he's Chinese, he's Spanish, we racist. That distinguishes racism. You know what I'm saying? I comprehend Trump. Look, and you can't tell me because before he jumped on the black people, he was all over the Mexicans. And me being Spanish, it converts me to them, I'm a Mexican. Now, I recognize that God places every king in his head and Trump has his purpose and he's racist to the extent that everybody in this race. Trump could be molded. Trump is not as bad as he presumes to be. He's influenced by a lot of bullshit. But if he don't get his 1-2 step, that's what I want to tell him face to face. You get your 1-2 step, bro. You gonna see at the end of the day what the fuck I talk about. You know what I'm saying? When you hit the fucking kingdom, it's better to fucking pass them the motherfucking flag and tell them, you know what, fuck you, and fuck this government, and fuck your flag, and let them do what the fuck they gonna do. They sit here and play the puppeteer for these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? It's better like that. But I try to tell them. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's racist. You know what I mean? It ain't just Trump. You know what I mean? Every individual's racist until a certain extent. Now, there's some motherfuckers that just hate black people for the skin of this. You know, I've been racist. To black, to Spanish, to white, to everybody, you know what I'm saying? It's a natural cause, you know what I'm saying? Black people, many times black people sitting there, fuck these crackers, and they're always talking about this racism, but they all fuck these white people, you know what I'm saying? So that makes you racist too, you know what I'm saying? So you gotta recognize your fault. How God says, take the speck out your eye before you could judge upon the next. You racist too, so let's relax on the racism, you know what I'm saying? Because if you don't understand the 3 bulls, you don't know shit, bro. If God ain't talking to you about nothing, you don't know shit, you know what I'm saying? Trump has got to do what he's got to do. Build that fucking temple. You know what I mean? That's what I want him to do. Build the fucking temple. You got to 2024 to do it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what the fuck they got to do. You know what I'm saying? And why I say it? To spit on this one, because I know it's closer to the end. Because scripture is written on that. And these motherfuckers. And everybody's going to get placed. And all this racism and all this black and white bullshit in America and all around the world, they're going to come down to the end. You know what I'm saying? And everybody's going to be put where they belong eternity. You know what I'm saying? So I support them. Built the fucking temple. You know what I'm saying? They built it, put it up on construction already. You know what I'm saying? But you're not going to catch me going in that motherfucker to serve it. I'm going to go in there just to spit on it and piss on it. And if I could take a shit, I'll give you the 3 6s right there. Piss, spit, and shit. There you go. That's the mark of the beast right there. That's my tribute to the temple. You know what I'm saying? So, and anybody that's wise is going to stand behind that. You know what I'm saying? You spit, you piss, and you shit on the 3rd temple. You know what I'm saying? No way around. That's why I say, how my song goes. For the rise of Rome, I reclaim my throne. They're going to want me gone after I say what's wrong. You know what I'm saying? So, that's the facts. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm all for it. You know what I mean? I get excited when I see like this shit. You know, other motherfuckers like Alex Jones went and interviewed T.I.'s and he's talking about it. Cool, bro. You know what I'm saying? Don't waste most of your effort and most of your show on talking about how to stop the New World Order because it's scripture. It's work about how you can save people. Use your show for a positive mind frame and get people, now that you're seeing the shit's coming into a collision, to move people towards, you know what I'm saying, the right path. You know what I'm saying? Which is God's path. You know what I'm saying? Instead of worrying about focusing all your energy as Trump is the best good president, you're not going to stop nothing. Neither is your fucking show. Well, the only thing you're going to do is stop yourself from entering the kingdom when you continue your bullshit. And I'm dying for that interview. You know what I'm saying? So, we got to focus on what counts. You know what I'm saying? We focus on what counts. You know, like what I focus on. Shit, what counts to me? $1 million dreams. You know, that was a big thing for me. I ain't gonna lie. Being a baller out, I woke up into this life. I've been struggling, you know what I'm saying? And I've done it all. You know, and nigga that know me in Miami, that go get to my nigga, you know what I'm saying? That nigga that, don't fucking push that nigga, you know what I'm saying? That nigga will go off, you know what I'm saying? But ever since this new shit happened to me, it's like a whole different ball game, you know what I'm saying? I'm weighing shit out like the Libra skit. Like, this shit really worth it, you know what I'm saying? I want it, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, fuck, this shit's tormenting me too. That, like, man, I gotta watch this shit even if I do get it, you know what I'm saying? If I do become successful, I gotta know how to handle that success and turn myself, because a lot of them rappers are successful, but they all belonging to hell. You know what I mean? Them niggas ain't going nowhere but the straight to the lake of fire. They ain't all that shit that they iced out and all that bullshit. Enjoy it, homie. Enjoy it. Trust me, enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? But you going straight to the pits. You know what I'm saying? You're going straight for the pit, for all the people you influence, everybody that you converted into the street lifestyle according to your music. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be held accountable for, you know what I'm saying? Because your music corrupted most of the people and turned them away from the ways of God. And that's the facts. You know what I mean? So if you can accept that, either you drop your career and figure out something else to do with your millions. You know what I mean? When you continue your pattern. And that's what I want to stand in the motherfucking stage and say, you know what I mean? Don't put me in your rapper slot. You know what I'm saying? I'm far from a rapper. I'm all about action. You know what I'm saying? I've never been a rapper. You know what I'm saying? I got my ass whooped, picked back up, and I whooped a lot of ass. And trust that. You know what I'm saying? But don't put me in your rapper slot. I ain't your rapper. I ain't no rapper. You know what I mean? And that's the facts. So I'm a whole different. I'm Julius Caesar. I'm Adam. I'm Moses, and I'm Noah. That's the only ones I know. All four of them. That's the only ones I can conclude to say God is giving me verification that these are the ones I am. You know what I'm saying? Noah, Moses, Adam, and Caesar. You know what I'm saying? And today I'm Jose. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it is. You know what I'm saying? My family knows me as Coquito, and my stripper name is Mikey. You know what I'm saying? So that's all it is to it. You know? So don't put me in the rapper slot. I'm far. I can fight that shit out in y'all Grammys and whatever the fuck y'all think y'all doing. Y'all accomplishing with that shit. I'm not the best rapper. I don't give a fuck about that shit. You know what I mean? If it's up to me and I get a leadership position, y'all be the first ones in my legion. You know what I mean? The first one serving my legion. Drop the fucking mic, take off them ice chains and throw on a fucking dog tag on you. You know what I'm saying? Put an M16 in this fucking hand and get your ass front line. Fuck with me. You know what I mean? I'm in a whole nother level. You know, I'm making a real soldier out of you, for real. That's what Caesar knows. You know what I mean? That's what Caesar knows. I'll tell you like that. So, otherwise than that, so that's the concept that I've had the relationship with God, and that's why I came out with this last song. I want to do it the right way. So it ain't giving me the right promotion. I ain't getting the right reaction. When I'm the only one that people need to be fucking paying attention and be supporting. They support this the most stupidest people out there, you know what I'm saying? And give them, I don't want to start mentioning names. At the same time, I don't give a damn about you. I'll put you front street, you know what I'm saying? And I don't care about that killer talk. I don't care about none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm going to see how bad of a killer you are if I accomplish what I need to accomplish when I get the government to certify my 12 legions. You know what I'm saying? By mandatory law. You know what I'm saying? So watch what the fuck you coming, because I might be you might be deployed under my army. So stay tuned in.